In recent years, Boeing has been steadily losing market share in the airplane sell to Airbus. Due to certain issues with its most recent aircraft, Boeing may need to some novel concepts to regain prominence. The recently developed Boeing 797 aircraft is one option. It is anticipated to have a major influence on aviation's future. If Boeing is able to launching this aircraft could be essential to its future. This is the reason why, by the late 2010s, there were reports that Boeing was going to launch a new aircraft aimed at the mid-market. Boeing saw sufficient market demand by the middle of the 2020s to contemplate creating an entirely new design. A novel kind of aircraft that can combine the economical features of smaller aircraft with the design advantages of larger jets piqued the interest of several major carriers. All the pieces appear to be in place for Boeing to choose between developing a new mid-market design or growing the 737 MAX. They ultimately decided to stick with the 737 MAX 10, which is the biggest 737 MAX model, but they didn't completely give up on the concept of a new design, since they thought there was a market for such an aircraft that would be introduced later. Boeing had intended to launch a brand new aircraft known as the new midsize in the middle of the 2020s. Plane, NMA, which is going to be called the Boeing 797. Boeing anticipated demand to be around 4,000 units and considered this market to be a significant opportunity. The 797 was created to bridge the gap between narrow-body and wide-body aircraft. It has many of the advantages of narrower aircraft, such as the ability to reach more isolated airports, while yet being able to travel large distances like wide bodies. The Boeing 797 was expected to outperform rival narrow bodies in terms of revenue and outperform aging wide bodies in terms of operating expenses by up to 40%. It was also viewed as the eagerly anticipated replacement for the well-liked Boeing 757, whose production ended in 2004. But in 2020, Boeing turned its attention to resolving the 737 MAX aircraft's certification and related problems, stopping the 797 project, a shorter version of the project, with service entrance targeted for the late 2020s and development expenditures potentially reaching $25 billion, was planned when the project was briefly re-examined in 2021. However, due to the requirement for improvements in engine technology and resource allocation, development was once more put on hold by June 2022. Boeing continued to confront difficulties and criticism with the 737 MAX aircraft series despite making significant investments in the model. Boeing might benefit greatly from bringing the 797 back to life in the mid-market segment. The larger 797-7 variant would offer up to 275 seats in a two-class configuration, offering slightly more than the 250 seats of the A321XLR. The smaller 797-6 variant would have more seats than the A321XLR's 210. The primary competitors of the 797 would be the Airbus A321neo and its long-range variant, the XLR, as well as possibly the A350. It's true that Boeing can reclaim its foothold in the commercial aviation sector with the 797. Examining the new Boeing 797's development goals, it's evident that this aircraft may benefit from the most recent developments in digital technology, developing fuel kinds such as sustainable aviation fuel and new engine technologies hydrogen. Boeing 797 was designed to be a contemporary substitute for the outdated 757 and 767 types, occupying the space left by the 787 Dreamliner and the largest 737 MAX variant. With their eagerness, airlines such as Delta have been forced to keep operating their 757 fleets since Boeing has not produced a suitable replacement. Furthermore, the necessity for new and upgraded aircraft is highlighted by the ongoing problems with the 737 MAX and recent accidents with the 787, such as the reported in-flight incident involving a LATAM Airlines flight to New Zealand that resulted in injuries owing to an instrument failure. By using cutting-edge fuselage materials, the Boeing 797 seeks to update the twin-aisle airplane. Twin-aisle aircraft are in high demand, especially in Asia, and this demand is predicted to robust during the ensuing few decades. Moreover, the possibility of inexpensive, long-distance travel is growing, as airlines like Southwest Airlines and Ryanair investigate this market niche. The development of the 797 was originally said to have been put on hold due to Boeing's new engine technologies are starting to become accessible. Boeing might be able to introduce the 797 with cutting-edge technology, which might make it a major participant in the industry. When offered at a competitive price, the Boeing 797 could have a big impact on aviation in the future, especially in the low-cost twin-aisle and long-haul sectors. The most recent developments in aviation engines technology, like Rolls-Royce's Gen 9X, General Electric's GE9X, and the CFM open-rotor concept UltraFan, are now at the point of development where new aircraft designs, such as the Boeing 797, can take them into consideration. With its potential to improve efficiency and performance, the 797 could be a great option for updating fleets that carry both passengers and cargo. Because of its improved efficiency and lighter airframe, the Boeing 797 might also perform well as a cargo plane. Boeing appears unlikely to concentrate on this market area with the 797, despite its potential. Rather, it seems that Boeing's main goal with the 797 is to revitalize its product line in the mid-size, twin-aisle market. According to Boeing, the 797 will arrive without the legacy problems of its predecessors because their future aircraft would be designed using cutting-edge digital technologies. These instruments could expedite the 797's release into the market by cutting expenses and development. Like and subscribe for more news about planes and airlines. See you in the next video.